Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited about the just responses that I've received from my first video. I got more views than I was expecting. I got more likes than I was expecting. I got more subscribers than I was expecting. And it wasn't a lot. I was expecting like nothing. I didn't think that you guys would give a single like flying fuck about my life or about me, but somebody does. What are we eating today? I know that's like the number one question on your mind. I know you were staring at this thing right here the whole time. Well, first of all, I learned that it is not pronounced mukbang, it is pronounced mukbang. So, today we are having a seafood cheesesteak mukbang. This is my seafood cheesesteak. Yes, it is as delicious as it looks. I love this seafood cheesesteak. I must have ordered it by like 30 times by now. I'm going to check my Uber Eats later, and like when I edit this, I might tell you how many times I've ordered it. So I checked. I actually ordered there. I've ordered there 22 times, not 30, but I'm well on my way. But yeah, I love it. And I don't know which side I want to start off with first. I mean, obviously this side looks so delicious and appetizing. Like, look at that big piece of crab right there. Like, you know what? I haven't eaten anything at all today, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat half of this, let it digest or whatever, and then around like maybe 5 or 6 o'clock, I'll eat the other half, and then I'm done eating for the day. What are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about how I got kicked off of the University of Miami's dance team. That's what we're going to talk about today. It is a story that I don't like to tell, just because it goes to show like what an asshole I can be. But it also is a good story for me to tell because it goes to show how operational defiance disorder can play into bipolar disorder. I don't have the full definition right now, but basically somebody tells you to do something and you do the exact opposite just because. I had it. So, oh, that green pepper was like, pow. Why did I get kicked off of the University of Miami's dance team? So I should give you some background first. I first joined the dance team in September of 2010. I did football season and basketball season, so I was on the team for a full year. And there was conflict. I had conflict with the captain, basically because I was fucking her best friend. The captain of the football team. Captain. He was the quarterback, so I guess he was a captain, right? Quarterbacks are automatically captains, right? Starting quarterbacks, yeah. So, whatever. And she was like play, brother and sister with him. Anyway, so the captain and I didn't get along. And then the co-captain and I got along great. Like, she and I are still good friends to this day. That's my homie. But her and the captain didn't get along either. So, like, she and I would, like, kind of, like, team up together and, like, just do, like, fuck shit sometimes, you know? And, when it came time to go to the ACC championship in Greensboro in March, I was not allowed to go. And neither was the co-captain. I was just a little bitch. I really was. I was angry because I kept getting my heart broken by these stupid ass athletes that I kept dating. And, yeah, so I was very, like, bitter. I was a very bitter 18-year-old girl. And I was bipolar and I didn't know. So I kept doing things and kept engaging in these conflicts and kept doing all of this stuff, not realizing why. And it's because I have a chemical imbalance in my fucking brain. Didn't know. Gonna take another bite now. So, I didn't get to go on the trip to Greensboro. I was very upset about that. And because of that, I decided not to audition for the next year. And neither did the co-captain. We both quit. And I had a hard time with it because I was like, dance is such a huge part of who I am. Dancing and cheerleading. Like, if I'm not a sensation, then who would I be? Like, what would my identity be at this university if I'm not a sensation? I didn't know. Like, I had no clue what I was doing. So, I mean, I kind of knew that because of the way that I had acted, that I wasn't going to be picked up again. So that's why I quit. But it was a really funny thing. Over the next year, the coach, who I thought hated my guts, kept in contact with me. And we saw each other and we built like a little relationship. And I kept telling her, you know, like, I miss the team, I want to come back, I want to come back, I want to come back. I had developed a good relationship with the coach. And she, you know, encouraged me to audition again for my final year because I graduated college in 3 years. I was only in college for 3 years, not 4. So my freshman year, I was on the team. Sophomore year, I was not on the team. My junior year or senior year, whatever you want to call it, I was on the team. Now, I had auditioned for the team, and one of the questions they asked me, I remember, they were like, are you going to, how will you be a good example on this team? Like, basically trying me from me being an asshole when I was on the team as a freshman. And they said, also mentioned something about my social media, because I was always popping off on Twitter. My freshman year. Like, for everything. Anytime a guy broke my heart, I was popping off on Twitter. The time all the deltas wanted to kick my ass, I was popping off on Twitter. Like, I'll tell that story too. I have so many stories to tell. Yeah, so I was just popping off on Twitter all the time. So I think they mentioned something about, like, me popping off on Twitter when they were interviewing me for my audition. And I was just like, I'm not going to do that. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to be a good example. I'm going to be a leader on this team. And for the beginning, I was. I was always at practice on time, always early, always, you know, giving 110% at the games. And I actually got cheerleader of the week, like, in October. I got cheerleader of the week. I was so happy. I damn near cried on camera, like, in front of the stadium of thousands and thousands of people, like tens of thousands of people. But anyway, election time came around. Election came, and I tweeted, this was November, obviously, because that's when the election was. This was in 2012. I tweeted blunts for Obama when he won, because my friends and I were sitting around smoking blunts when he, you know, got elected, or re-elected. And I tweeted it, like, as a joke. And the next practice or whatever, I got pulled to the side and talked to about it because it was inappropriate and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, okay, I won't do that again. I'm sorry. And so at first, my coach wanted to take away my senior game from me, my senior football game. And I was like, fuck no. Like, don't do that. Sorry, I need to take another bite. So, she decided to let me dance in my senior game, which was very nice of her. But she took a basketball game away from me, which was fine. Take a basketball game away. I don't care. This is when basketball and football season were starting to cross over. So I completed a full football season with the team. Then, in December, my good girlfriend and I went out to a club. I got blackout drunk. And I was underage. So, whatever. Say, judge me if you want to. But I was underage. I got blackout drunk in a club. And I do remember that this guy who I followed, he tweeted a line from Trinidad James' All Gold Everything song. I can't remember what the line was, but I replied to him. I said, "Pop Tamale, I'm sweating. Woo!" And left it up there. This was like at 3 in the morning, mind you, that I tweeted that. I can't remember what time I woke up. It was before noon. It was definitely before 1 o'clock because we had to go to my good friend Khadijah's birthday brunch. Allegra and I had to go to Khadijah's birthday brunch. So I woke up, I saw the tweet that I had tweeted, and I deleted it. I was like, oh shit, I shouldn't have tweeted that, and I deleted it. A couple of days later, I got a call from Christine, my coach, and she was basically telling me that she was kicking me off the team because of what I tweeted. That somebody had sent her somebody had sent her a screenshot of my tweet. Somebody screenshotted that shit at like 4 in the morning and sent it to her. Can you believe that? Like, who the fuck would do something like that? Anyway. Let me have some more of my cheesesteak. Yeah, so Christine kicked me off the team. I cried. I begged. She told me that I could talk to the athletic director of communication, the guy in marketing who was in charge of all of the spirit squads. She was like, but I wouldn't tell him you were blackout drunk if I were you. And that was the reason why I did what I did. So, like, I couldn't defend it. But no. The reason why I did what I did is because I have operational defiance disorder. She told me not to tweet about drugs. And then I went and tweeted about drugs. Like, seriously. I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, so that is what happened. That's why I got kicked off University of Miami's Sunsations dance team. My advice to anyone who does a dance team or anything like that, just listen to whatever they tell you to do. Don't do drugs. Don't tweet about drugs. Don't post pictures of yourself doing drugs. Just don't do it. All the kids out there, just learn from my mistakes. I don't know what DARE stands for, but DARE, don't do drugs. All that good stuff. So, this just is what it is. Got kicked off the dance team, learned some valuable lessons from it. It's a part of my story. So, I tell it. And I wonder if I weren't bipolar, things would have been different. If I didn't have that operational defiance disorder in me, I wonder. But that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook at Jess Medeiros for everything. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. You're the best. Bye.